If muscle is one of the most important protectors of healthy aging, the next question is, how do we effectively build and maintain it? Fortunately, the science in this is very clear. There's a few key principles. The first principle is called progressive overload. This basically means gradually asking your muscles to do a little more over time, maybe lifting a slightly heavier weight, doing an extra repetition, or progressing to a more challenging exercise. When muscles are placed under enough stress, the muscle fibers experience microscopic damage. Your body then repairs those fibers and rebuilds them stronger and thicker. This process is called muscle protein synthesis, and it's actually how muscle adapts. The important thing to understand is that muscles only adapt when and if they're challenged. If the demand stays the same, the body has no reason to maintain or build that muscle. The encouraging news is that this can occur at any age. Research consistently shows that adults in their 60s, 70s, and even their 80s can significantly improve muscle strength and function through resistance training. So strength training doesn't have to be extreme, but it does need to be challenging enough to signal adaptation. The second key factor is adequate protein intake. Protein provides the amino acids that literally rebuild muscle tissue after it's been stimulated through exercise. As we age, our muscle becomes less sensitive to protein, something researchers called anabolic resistance. This means older adults actually need more protein per meal to properly stimulate muscle repair. Research suggests aiming for around 25 to 40 grams of protein per meal, ideally spread throughout the day, and that last part's really important. Muscle building works a bit like flipping a switch. When you eat enough protein, it activates muscle repair for a few hours and then the signal switches off again. So if your protein is eaten all in one meal, your muscles may only receive one strong rebuilding signal for that particular day. But if protein is spread across meals, you create multiple pulses of muscle repair throughout the day. In other words, maintaining muscle isn't just about protein intake. It's also about how often you give your body the signal to rebuild muscle tissue. And the last factor is consistency and recovery. Muscle responds best when it's stimulated regularly, usually around 2 to 3 strength trainings per week. But interestingly, the actual rebuilding of muscle doesn't happen during exercise. It happens during recovery. When you sleep and when you rest, your body releases hormones and carries out many of the repair processes that rebuild muscle fibers stronger. So maintaining muscle as we age is really a combination of 3 things: challenging the muscles, fueling them properly, and giving the body time to repair. If we think about this in the context of aging well, muscle's a little bit like a retirement account for your body. The more consistency you invest in it now, the more strength, resilience, and independence you protect later in life.